Mr. Allard's neighborhood. Small town feel with big time ideas. After all, you are entitled to Brad's opinion. Here's your host, Brad Allard.
Well, we have another week, and it's going to be a great week. I got Kim Jones here with the Property Tax Justice Foundation, and our pre-game conversation, you might say, is giving me the idea that this is an important issue to her. Is that, would you say that?
I'm zealous about this. I am single-minded, focused.
Well, I pity the fool that gets in your way on this, because you seem to know your facts, and you certainly are intent on making sure this is a factual conversation with, not me so much, because I don't know much about it, but she'll tell me all about it. But with the powers that be, they better have their homework done, or she's going to school them. Is that right?
I will educate them.
Yes. Well, Josh, how you doing?
Fantastic. How about yourself?
Well, I just got back from Oklahoma. I went there for about the last 3 days to visit my cousins and such, and the wind nearly blew me off the sweeping plains there. But it was great. It was a great family visit. You know, barbecued out, grilled some food out, and good family time and that kind of thing. So,
Okay.
I'm a little tired. I mean, because it's not like we were hard partying at all. I'm just an old man. But anyway,
I'll get you zipped up.
Get you zipped up. Okay, so let's talk about the sponsors for a minute, and then we'll talk about all you want to talk about. You sent us a lot of material, so I'm going to let you kind of guide us through it, and after a brief introduction, you might say. But our place, it's a great place. The Sunday school men had breakfast this morning. Lots of things were discussed. Nothing was solved, but whatever.
Yum.
You like our place?
Yum.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So do you live in the Burleson area or Cleburne?
I live in Cleburne,
So you've
but
been
my
going over
son
there.
lives in Burleson.
Okay, so you've been there before, and you've been to the one in Cleburne. Yeah, it's the same good quality. So it's a great place. And Otto's a great guy. I mean, he treats me very well. He's very good with the nonprofits. Gives away a lot of cards for the raffles and whatever else. Also, Gina's Pizza, which he also owns. I don't know if you've been there, but Gina's Pizza had been around forever. He took it over and revamped it, and it's really a nice place. What's today? Monday tonight is chess night. And I've been there on Monday nights a couple of times, and that place is full. A lot of chess players, a lot of kids playing chess, which is a good thing. Keeps them off the streets. And then tomorrow night is bingo night. Wednesday night is karaoke night. Sunday night, every Sunday night is live music, and that's become kind of a thing to do. But the pizza's great, and he has a few pasta dishes and salads as well. Also, Old Pro Roofing here in town, John Williams, I will be seeing him probably tomorrow, in fact, to come do a roof inspection. 817-734-2756. So far, Burleson's been spared some bad weather, but that Burleson bubble can't last forever. He's going to come and check out the roof. He's going to come and tell me the truth about it. If it needs repairs, he'll tell me. If it says you're good to go, he'll tell me that too. And he's done it the last 2 years, and he's not there to upsell you or anything like that. So Old Pro Roofing, plus they're local folks. I mean, there's a lot of roofers out there. We had a little bit of bad weather about a week ago, and on my phone I got like 3 phone calls from, hey, let's come check your roof out. And I don't know you. I don't know where you're from. So this group is about a block off of City Hall, so they're local folks. 817-734-2756. Jeff Kelly, this is the gentleman I was mentioning prior to the show about the real estate. He more than most understands this process that we're about to talk about taxes and the impact they have on the house and appraisals and things like that. So call him at 817-781-0546. He'll be on June 4th, and we're going to talk about primarily what's going on in the real estate world. We talk about the interest rates, but this is also, if I get properly educated, we'll bring that up too. He does incorporate this in his conversations, because he'll tell you the 4 things that they ask, and he given orders: schools, police, amenities for the town, and tax impact, you might say. And so there you go. Also, my friend Rod Lewis, I saw him last Tuesday at a chamber event. Hang on, there you go. Sorry, I got a little caught. So Burleson News Express, Rod Lewis, he'll be on in about a month. It's a print copy of a newspaper. We haven't had a newspaper in a long time in this town, and he's trying to revive the print copy. And so there's like 48 locations where you can pick one up. I get him a Daydream coffee, but I know that all the salons have it, most of the mechanics have it, most of the city offices have it. And you go out there and it's not a long newspaper. He needs content, needs advertisers, but it's nice to be able to read something other than the phone. I'm so tired of staring into a phone, but that's the way our world is these days, apparently. Also, True Climate, Heating and Climate, 682-244-2019 will get you Emily Cobb or her brother, Will Cobb, and they will come out and check your air conditioner. They have a $99 a year deal, and greatly give you big discounts. I didn't say that properly, but whatever. It'll give you great discounts. All right, there you go. Anyway, if you have needs of repairs, you'll get discounts. If you have to do a complete replacement, it'll be a substantial savings of money for $99. So 682-244-2019. Come get your air conditioner checked out because it's
Gonna be a hot one.
we like to think so. And let's see, is there anything else? No, we already had our B&I breakfast last week, so we're good to go. So let's talk with Kim Jones as I share this with various people. Let's talk about you first because you did send us a slide about yourself, and there you go. You look. That looks like you.
Oh, it's me. I'm close and personal.
Yeah, right. You say,
Well, I'm glad most people aren't that close to me.
Well, that's
it's okay.
good.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So tell us a little about yourself here.
Well, first and foremost, child of God.
Mm-hmm.
I've been married to my husband for 43 years. We have 5 wonderful children, 1 boy, 4 girls, a set of twins, 13 grandchildren,
Ooh,
another set of twins in there.
Christmas is a big deal, I bet.
We do experiences.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we have 1 great-granddaughter.
Wow.
I've been an educator, advocate, and realtor for 20 years. Hospitality and advocacy have been my entire life. I took care of my mother for 30 years and operated in the medical system, learning what to do, what not to do, and how to get things handled properly.
Okay.
And so
what do the grandkids call you?
Mima.
Mima. Okay.
And my husband is Pocky.
Pocky. Oh, okay. Mine was Oma and Opa is what my parents were called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, German names.
Oh, okay.
That's German.
Very good. Well, we're originally from Baltimore, and we are very happy to be residents of Texas. We originally came to Burleson and stayed with our son back in 2020. And then in 21, we relocated to Cleburne. And we have another daughter who moved here with her son and another daughter with 3 children.
All from Maryland? Okay. Well, that's a very common story. I have other real estate friends besides Jeff. Sorry, Jeff. I hate to cheat on you, but they say that it's like a land rush out of certain states, and Maryland is one of them because of the taxes and whatnot. And then they can't go to Virginia because it's just as bad.
Oh, Lord.
And so
ours was family related. We came here because our son and his family were here. But my family been in Maryland since 1649.
that's a tough move then.
But you know what?
Yeah.
No, to
Really?
move near my
Okay.
son, that eventually 2 of my daughters moved. We have one that still remains in Baltimore, and we have one that lives in Romania who's a missionary.
Okay.
So my family is actually worldwide.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
But I started as an educator with the children, substitute taught in the school, and as soon as I became a realtor, I went right into education. I've got 18 designations.
Good
And the
grief.
most recent one is property tax consultant.
Yeah. It's interesting your family been there that long. My wife's family has been in North Carolina since, before 1732. That's when they got the official charter. And they have a facsimile of it from, with the King of England's approval or whatever. But they've been there. And trying to move my in-laws, her parents, out of that place you're going to need a SWAT team to do it. And they better bring their lunch because it's going to take them all day. So anyway, so the point of your organization, did you found it yourself?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So, Josh, if you put up their logo, say it right.
Oh, that's for the very last slide.
The very last slide. Try the other ones. Okay. Anyway, so.
It's the Property Tax Justice Foundation.
Yeah, Property Tax Justice Foundation. There you go.
There we go.
All right, there you go. So, and there's the phone, 817-330-9477. Do they have a location they work out of, or is that
That's out of my home.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Because I self-funded, I
Yeah.
self-founded,
Yeah.
and I self-operate. But I do have a board to keep us compliant.
So this is a nonprofit, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So if they want to use your services, use your knowledge. That's what you're there for, right? It's not so much as a financial enterprise, whatnot.
But that part is not tax deductible because when you get something of value, like if you buy a ticket to a fundraiser, the part that pays for your meal is not tax deductible. It's any donation over and above.
So at KGJ at PropertyTaxJusticeFoundation.com, you're also on Facebook, which is where I located you. And also you plan to have a YouTube, right?
Absolutely, because there is so much education needed concerning the property tax appraisal and protest system.
So, just to be clear, you have some thoughts, I know, on the existence of the property tax, but this is not an advocacy group to abolish it. Why don't you tell us in your words what the purpose of this mission is?
Well, I'm looking forward for our vision for our foundation to no longer be needed because our legislators finally eliminate property taxes. But until we do, our mission is to educate, empower, and impact citizens about their property value process so that they can have the fairest valuation possible to prevent displacement and preserve long-term homeownership stability. And what we do is we operate on a sliding scale basis. It takes the people who can afford to pay a moderate amount for either coaching or representation to pay for people who absolutely cannot afford it. And they are our focus. The people who have the least financial means are the ones most easily taken advantage of in this system by not understanding they need to protest, how to protest, and we're here to do it for them.
Well, I'm getting inundated on the radio with these companies advertising.
The big names is what I say.
Own Well and these others. Are they not legitimate or?
Oh, they're very legitimate.
Okay.
And what they're legitimate in is allowing people. Do you have the photo of the bending over for pennies versus the plucking dollars from grapevines?
There you go.
There we go. Pay nothing, get pennies. The ones that work on the contingency fee, they're mass negotiations. Now, was it not mass appraisal that got us into the problem that we're in?
Yes. I noticed that in your information you sent us is that one of the key aspects you're trying to educate us on is the idea that this is just a sweeping process, and they may overlook certain other particulars that would affect you directly.
Mass appraisal is taking the glasses off, splitting hundreds and thousands of properties. Y'all look alike to me, so that's what your value comes out at, but it takes into no account anything in particular. It's not precise. It's only efficient.
Miss Scott, whom I knew I'd see today, I'm so proud of Mrs. Jones. She is very passionate about this.
Hi, Sherry.
Yes, she's the one who connected us.
Yes.
Because I had heard some of this when I talked to the mayor or talked to Larry Scott about this and things like that, and they're pretty frustrated with the situation. But you're really not talking about it from a municipal point or a county point. You're talking about it from a consumer point or a homeowner point.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you're kind of like the other side of the conversation, which is a good thing. So
I have what you call insider knowledge.
or how's that?
Okay.
Tell us about that.
I was on Facebook and I saw an advertisement. How would you like a 4-day-a-week job from May until January, making a certain dollar amount? And I started counting up the number of cruises that I could go on. Do you want to be on the appraisal review board of Johnson County? So I showed up. 10 people showed up for 5 spots. I wound up on it. Served on the ARB last year, received 12 hours of comptroller training, but with no context. It's just like coming into a podcast room you've never been in before. You don't know about the microphones and the headphones and the cameras.
Still learning, yes.
Okay. See, it takes time.
Well, yes,
so
it does.
you get 12 hours of training, no context. And after the first 8 hours, when you come back for the next 4, they're pouring more coffee in your cup. So some of what was in had to fall out to make room for the new. And then we had a few hours with our ARB attorney. And then we have to go adjudicate property tax protests for citizens
Right.
where we don't understand what we're doing. We speak English, the ARB. The taxpayers speak English. The system is written in Greek.
Oh, I hate that. Yeah, I get, I understand that. When you described that experience, my grandfather did this many, many years ago. Did it one time, said never again, because basically similar to the situation you described.
And that's heartbreaking.
He got thrown into the deep end of the pool, and some of those meetings, I bet, can be somewhat contentious.
There's a slide that talks about what is not understood has a negative context attached to it. Mm-hmm. When people don't understand something, they automatically think that somebody's trying to get you. They're trying to cheat you. Mm-hmm. They're trying to hurt you.
Do you have that slide, Josh?
Yes.
Okay, good. Oh, there it is. So he's pretty good at this.
Yay. Yeah. Okay, so the assumption is it's rigged. They're out to get us. Mm-hmm. There's a hidden agenda. It's not fair. But the reality is it's a complex system. Mm-hmm. I mean, to tell you the truth, the biggest misconception is that the CAD board has anything to do with your values. Oh, my gosh. I couldn't say that loud enough.
Say it again.
The CAD board has nothing to do with the value of anyone's property. Mm-hmm. It is the mass appraisal system. And they have nothing to do with the mass appraisal system because a lot of people look at the board. Now, okay, you can say the district because that's the appraisers who put the data in the first place, the chief appraiser who supervises everything all together. Mm-hmm. But nobody's purposefully trying to get you. But when there's transparency, there's trust. But transparency and accountability are buzzwords now. Mm-hmm. It's almost to the point where somebody says them, I automatically think, oh, you have to say it because you would never figure it out to just experience it. Mm-hmm. And so the property tax system, citizens have to get involved. Don't just sit on Facebook and gripe and moan.
That happens on Facebook? I hate to tell you this.
You know what?
Yeah.
They get all their spit and vinegar out.
I know.
Where it doesn't make a darn bit of difference.
Exactly.
Come to the board meetings, listen to what's brought up, and pay attention.
Where are these board meetings?
They are at the Cleburne Conference Center the second Thursday of each month from 6 o'clock till gosh knows how long.
Yeah.
And so it's very important for people to learn about the most, there we go. This was AI. I didn't have a photograph of the CAD board.
That's good enough.
But it gives you the idea. We need citizens to pack that place out. Look, standing room only. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because that's probably the biggest bill you'll pay apart from your mortgage.
It's interesting, though, because you bring up a point that the mayor's brought up, city council people have brought up, school board members have brought up, is that they'll sit in a mostly empty room making these decisions, and then once the decision's made, that's when the thunder and lightning comes. And it's like, well, did you come to meet and find out? Did you say your piece? Well, I was busy, or I didn't know it was there, or on and on and on. But it's almost reactive instead of being proactive. And then
100%.
What you're trying to do is get them to be proactive in this.
100%. Mm-hmm. When they are talking about, let's take the reappraisal plan. Mm-hmm. Okay, the CAD board last year decided not to reappraise for 3 years. Mm-hmm.
We've had that conversation with the mayor multiple times on this format.
Okay. So how does that bear out in reality? What are the consequences of that? Does that mean because the homestead exemption gives you a 10% cap each year, so does that mean that because you waited 3 years, in 3 years, your property taxes can go up 30%.
Yeah, we've had
that didn't help anybody, did it?
No. We've talked about that at length and how that it, from his perspective and Larry's perspective, it makes it difficult to budget. But from the homeowner's perspective, they're looking at a bill, and then Governor Abbott wants to do it for 5 years. Are we talking about a 50% increase after 5 years?
But there is no definitive outcome of this because. Okay, nobody could tell me if your taxes were going up 30% in that third year. Mm-hmm. Or I'm originally from Maryland. Mm-hmm. They do appraise every 3 years, but your taxes can only go up every 3 years, that exemption amount. Okay. So is it over the period of time of 3 years that you can only go up 10%, or is it going to be 10% and then boom, you get hit with a big fat bill? Yeah. And the issue is entities cannot say, you know what, we've already figured our budget based on, let's say, a moderate increase because we need fire and we need police and we need roads. But guess what? Consumers can't go to their employer and say, you know what? I have medical needs, my kids need food, and I need to take care of my house. I need you to give me a moderate pay increase so I can afford those. We have to cut back, be more economical about the kind of food we do. Instead of vacations, we need staycations. You know, consumers need to do things when they only get so much money and there's nobody they can put their hand out for more. Well, entities need to do the same.
Well, and all the people I've had from the city council would say the same. It's just that they also get it from, I don't want my taxes to go up, but I want you to fix my pothole, or I want better police. Yeah, so.
I hope this one person isn't listening.
Oh, okay.
Because he's like, I've never had the fire department to my house. I've never had a run-in with the police. Why do I have to pay for those?
No, I doubt he's listening to the show because I don't usually attract that type of audience. But I'm not trying to.
It's called insurance. Yeah. You want to pay it so that if you need it, it's there, because if it doesn't get funded till after, you're sunk.
Well, I'm just saying that I've had several of the council members on, and they are kind of caught in between because they don't want to raise taxes. I know the mayor campaigned on it, right? And all the others have been very tax allergic, you might say, but then they also have these other issues, and some of these issues are caused by demands from the state of Texas.
That's a whole nother story.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story right there. So I guess I just want people to.
You won't find me running for political office.
Right. I just want people to appreciate Larry Scott and Victoria Johnson, et cetera, because they're caught right in between and then you have the growth issues of Burleson and whatever else. But they don't want to raise taxes because they're homeowners here too. And they understand how difficult it is. So I guess I don't know. I've gotten a real good perspective on the demands that they have to try to meet. And sometimes those demands are in conflict.
I understand the balance needed, but I will guarantee you that there is belt tightening available, that there is better pricing, there is things that sometimes we could do without. Like sometimes if you need a desk, you get a nice serviceable desk. It doesn't have to be something from a thrift store, but it doesn't have to be leather encrusted and hand carved.
Yeah, right.
So that's just an exaggeration, of course.
Of course.
But the point is budgeting and really refining what is spent is very important.
Well, this is the time to talk about it because the summertime is when budgets are made. And like I said, tomorrow the mayor will be on and we'll be talking about the budgeting process. And I'm good friends with Victoria Johnson. She's a former student, but we've been friends for a long time. And she says that's where the rubber hits the road when it comes to municipal governance. So there you are. You had some other slides as well, I believe. You have any particular order you'd like to see?
Well, I did have them in order, but we jumped out of order.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's a live podcast.
Guess what?
Yeah. Okay. Which one would you like?
Let's go to whatever I put for number 3.
This one right here?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I forgot about that, but
we'll talk about this apparently.
I have heard this so many times, like a drum beat. And the more you hear something and the louder you hear it, the more easily you believe it. Johnson County is the only county in the state of Texas that has a citizen-controlled CAD board. Okay. Look up here. Citizen, citizen, citizen. Can you tell me which 3 were elected by the public and which 5 were elected by the entities?
Not one.
No, they're all citizens, right?
Right.
Okay. Do you see any aliens up there?
I assume you mean like extraterrestrials.
Yes, I most certainly did.
No.
No.
I have to sometimes clarify because I don't want
yeah.
people to hear on the
You know
audience.
what? I'm sorry. I didn't even think like that.
I know. I just like to clarify because I don't want you to be taken the wrong way.
100%. No extraterrestrials on there.
All right.
Okay. 3 are elected by taxpayers. 5 are elected by the entities. They are all citizens. There is no way for any one or all 5 to do anything in any way that particularly looks out for or protects the entities. If that were the case, we wouldn't be planning a 2-year reappraisal plan when the entities in the school districts came last month when we failed the property value study. Okay? If the 5 members who were appointed by the entities were protecting the entities, we wouldn't even be talking about a 2-year reappraisal plan. But the 3 who represent the public shouldn't be wanting a 2-year reappraisal plan, because if the market continues to soften, people won't have the opportunity for the CAMA system to reduce their values. So we've got some counterintuitive things going on around here.
Yeah.
But the CAD board controls nothing except the budget and the hiring and firing of the chief appraiser, and the comptroller's office has given them some statutory duties, but they control nothing.
It sounds like almost like a school board that their only employee is the superintendent, and they are holding to the state for so many things. So,
But even the CAD board, there's no payment. And the chair only operates the meetings. They have no extra power. Okay? The comptroller, it's accessible by anybody online. The comptroller has the board of directors manual right on it. Read page 41. And so are the hearing procedures for the ARB and how that's supposed to operate.
Now, the heart of your organization, though, is try to educate people that they do have options when they get
Absolutely.
a bill. You want to get into that?
Absolutely.
All right, so let's find the slide. Oh, Josh, you're going to have to be nimble over there. But there's this is what a lot of people, they get the bill. I get it in about November.
No, you got to tack it before then. April 15th is generally accepted as the comptroller's date for the release of the notice of value.
Oh, well, I'm just got the bill I'm talking about.
No, we have to address it when it's only a notice of value, because
Okay.
once you got the bill, you're dead.
It's too late, right? That's the way most people are. It's like, here's the bill, it's on my escrow, or if I have fortune to have my house paid off, I just write the check and move on. And a lot of people are like that. You're like, well, this is the bill, and I have no option but to pay it. And you're going to tell us different.
Oh, yes.
All right.
I want no one to write a blank check to any appraisal district across. There we go.
Not protesting equals giving a blank check for the appraisal district to write. I really don't know a lot of people that protest this, and I think the reason is they feel like, first of all, it'll be a waste of time, and second of all, it won't be doing any good, and it's not going to really save me a lot of money for all the effort I might have to put into it. And they're just like, just write the check, move on. And you said that's a bad idea.
That's the sorriest thing.
Yeah.
And there is a slide that I should have put that I didn't. Okay, if you're a homeowner and you have your property tax exemption, your value can go up no more than 10%. Now, with the CAMA system, computer assisted mass appraisal, that's not geared to your 10%. Okay, so it can go up more than 10%. But unless you protest and hold them to that 10%, it can go wherever it wants. And we saw some crazy statistics at the CAD board.
Mass appraisal is efficient, not precise.
Yep.
And these are the couple slides that really struck me, because there's another one similar to this where 3 houses are appraised equally, but one is in obviously terrible shape. But yeah, there you go. And
That's the CAMA system.
yeah,
It can't take into account differences because It's not focused. It can't see properly.
Right.
If we could go back to that other one, Josh.
The previous one?
Yes, please.
All right, you go.
Okay. It's algorithms and math models that do. We could not afford to appraise every property every year, going out and looking for differences and whatnot. It's a necessary evil.
Okay.
Mass appraisal, necessary evil, because there's tens and hundreds of thousands of properties that need to be done.
When I looked at that slide earlier this morning, I was going to ask about that because the only way you could do that is eyeballing it. And that's a lot of foot soldiers on the ground.
We couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
Property taxes would have to go up to be able to afford it.
Right.
Okay. So this is a bit of an exaggeration. Not everybody's house is like theirs. But when you have older windows and your neighbors just has a brand new built house, you're valued the same. You know, it may change according to your square footage if their house is considerably bigger and yours is considerably smaller, but it can't take any of these things into account.
I'm fortunate to live in a neighborhood where people take care of their houses and their yards, but we've all seen that, you know, where you have a neighborhood where this one house stands out because the grass is up to the knees, and then it obviously had been painted in decades and that kind of thing. And it really, I understand what it does for property values in terms of resale value. But
But you know what really puzzles me? Serving on the ARB, I never once heard a homeowner or a property tax agent bring up exterior obsolescence, which is that house that's fallen apart. You know, somebody's got junk cars, somebody's got things growing up. There are things that happen in the immediate vicinity of a house. If it affects the marketability, then doesn't it stand to reason that it should affect the market value?
I would think so. It's because if you do have that one house that's bringing down property values, you're paying the taxes based on that house being
just like yours.
Yes, you know, it's basically you're paying for their, you know, lax attitude or whatever, their apathy to take care of their own property. To me, that's a foreign idea. I mean, I guess I grew up in a home that valued, you know, taking care of your stuff, you know, and
well, you know the sad thing, Brad? There are people who will purposefully not repair the exterior of their home so that they don't get taxed. That is sad because that is your biggest asset in life. You know, ostensibly it could be what's going to take care of you in your golden years when you can no longer live there. And you need to be able to sell it for as much as you possibly can. But they're so afraid of the extra value and how it relates to their taxes that they'll let the roof fall apart. It is sad that people work so hard for their money and to have a place to live, and that would have to do that. Now, some people just have deferred maintenance because that's who they are and how they are.
Right.
But honestly, I have heard that. But when people come into the ARB, a lot of what we hear is, my taxes are too high and I don't have any money and there's nothing that they can do. You have to bring evidence. And on Facebook, I hear, just protest, just protest, just protest. Well, if you don't know how to do it effectively, you are wasting your time.
And this is where y'all come in.
Absolutely.
Okay, so when we talk about that process, so I don't like what I've been assessed.
Our primary thing is education.
Okay, so take me through the whole process.
Okay. We are now giving free home owners property tax workshops so that we can, in very much detail, go through the process. But basically what happens is you need to file a notice of protest. Generally, we're looking at market value and fair and equal.
Do you have a slide for this? I thought you did.
I don't think so.
Oh, well, I saw a flow chart this morning.
That was a timeline.
Okay. All right.
And so you need to have me back so I can share that.
I was going to ask you at the end of the show if you'd come back, particularly when all the primaries are done, whatever else, and the local candidates state their position on property taxes and whatnot. I think it'd be a very valuable conversation. So we will definitely
One thing
have you
I
back.
want to repeat a couple times, in Johnson County, you have until July 2nd to file your notice of protest. Okay, so that's
Is that something to
wonderful.
be done online? You have to go down to the courthouse and do it.
You wouldn't do it at the courthourhouse. You would have to do it at the Central Appraisal District if you went.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But
I was
there
just kind of
isn't-
but
Okay.
generalize.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Right.
What I'm suggesting, they give an email address for ARB at johnsoncad.net. And
ARB at johnsoncounty.net.
Johnson CAD
Johnson CAD. Okay, so that's why I repeated it because
.net.
.net. So write this down again one more time. ARB.
Oh, thank you. ARB at johnsoncad.net.
Okay, y'all write that down, and if you have those issues, that's a starting point at least.
Okay. But before you do, I want you to reach out to me on Facebook because I will give you the process all written down with instructions of how to do it.
And it says follow us on Facebook, and it's under that name, I'm sure.
Property Tax Justice Foundation.
Okay.
Because I'm working on my website right now, but it isn't up and operational yet.
Well, I know somebody can help you with that. Right over there.
Hey.
Yeah.
And so.
Is that right? You do that, don't you?
Yeah, we can make it work.
Okay.
Okay.
Depends how complex you want it, but there you go.
But that's why the best place to reach us is on the Facebook group. Plus, you'll get updates. I'll be giving hints and tips. And you can gather all you need from my Facebook eventually. Okay. Within 2 weeks of the deadline for protest, anything you want for free, how to go about it. Okay. Now, I will say, I've seen a lot of people who are not realtors offer to help people with their property tax values.
Jeff will. All right.
No, he's a realtor. That's great.
Right, yeah.
That's fine.
No, I'm just going to, Jeff will, that's one of the things he makes sure his clients know is what is the impact of the taxes and whatnot. And now, as far as like, does he give them the guidance of how to protest that? I guess he would if they asked him. But most of the time, it's like, here's what, if you buy this house, this is what you're going to expect in taxes. And here's what the growth of taxes has been over the last several years of this house.
Excellent information.
And if it's a brand new house, of course, it's ground zero. But if he has a house that's like 20 years old, Jeff will provide the information that you asked for.
Beautiful.
That's why I'm glad to be, he sponsors me because he's got a lot of integrity.
Well, I'll tell you, the foundation is the best friend to any realtor who is not a property tax consultant because now there's a lot of great realtors out there, but there's a lot of realtors who don't know what they're doing and would give advice as if they do. And so you can't just get any comparable sales. The most common mistake made is you're protesting your taxes I'm sorry, you're not protesting your taxes, your property values.
Right.
In July. So a traditional CMA given by a realtor is the last 3 to 4 months. Okay? That is not what you can use in a property tax protest. It has to be from the last 3 or 4 months of the year prior. So somebody can give you free help and wind up not helping you at all.
Well,
And when you do get help, can we take it back to the pennies in the grapevine?
the pennies in the grapevine. There you go.
Okay. Now, the big name companies, they are doing minimal effort, getting minimal results, and all kinds of money is being left on the table. Where if you put proper effort and proper preparation, you can be pulling down dollars from the grapevines. But people who are helping you for free, you may get what you paid for, nothing. And so you need a realtor who understands the system. And there are many realtors who are property tax consultants, and you can look that up on TDLR's website. But I and the foundation are the best friends of realtors, lenders, insurance companies, and title companies to be able to provide their clients the best information because it's a good touch point for them. Hey, you bought your property some time ago. We just became aware of a foundation that can help educate you about the property tax protest system.
Maybe I should get you in touch with Jeff because he works with the Wethington Agency here in Burleson, and they have a really good reputation. And so I'll see about if he'd be interested in that. I see him every Wednesday, and if he's interested in that, I know that he has talked about this in BNI meetings about evaluations and whatnot, and how the appraisal system isn't the same for everybody, and you need to know what's going on.
It should be, but it's not.
Yeah, and it's also that he's also mentioned that that depending on the county you live in, it can affect how much you pay, and that's because of the quality of service, shall we say, in this area.
Well, I have studied the property tax code in Texas. Not the whole thing. I don't know how to appraise properties, but the parts that are relevant to this system. I have studied the hearing procedures. I have observed the rules. I have been mentored in methods and strategies. I know what the district does and how they make their determinations. But more importantly, I know how to rebut. Okay? That is something nobody can tell you unless they have been there and they have done it or they have observed it being done. And I've just taken access of the USPAP standards so that I can be using that. That's the accepted standards of appraisers in how to value properties.
Okay. Because you saw the look on my face like, that's an acronym I don't know, but whatever.
Fee appraisers have to go through extensive training and journeymanship. They have to do many hours, many appraisals before they can get fully licensed.
Now, to kind of switch gears just a second, this is a nonprofit.
Yep.
How do you finance all this? Through donations or whatnot?
Well, what happens is I have done everything to establish the foundation, and I will do its operational costs, setting up the corporation and whatnot. The money that comes in to pay for the services that we provide, I will be paid as an independent contractor until the nonprofit is fully operational and funded on its own. But yes, it would have to be donations above and beyond that are going to help the nonprofit itself. Otherwise, I am a 1099 contracted person who performs the different services.
And this nonprofit status will be established when?
Well, we've been accepted by the Secretary of State. It's a 6-month process for tax deductibility. But our board is considering, it's called foundational support, tucking under another nonprofit that has similar goals so that somebody could make a donation in the Property Tax Justice Foundation's name to this other nonprofit. And then we would give them 10% for helping us in this fashion. And then it helps 2 nonprofits at the same time.
And where is this information found? On the Facebook page? Okay, good. So if you're interested out there in the vast listening audience, this is a cause you feel passionate about, as Ms. Jones obviously does. So you're very enthusiastic, you might say. Then look up our Facebook page on the Property Tax Justice Foundation and see if you want to be part of that, because it's it's been a hot topic for the last 18 months. I know that much about all these various things. And, you really seem to have taken this as your cause. I mean, it's just, why in particular this cause? I mean, I think from the small time I met you, I could tell you're a person that really feels passionately about, shall we say, social justice. Yeah. 100%. And so in this particular cause, you don't see just as a financial or economic endeavor, but just as the right thing to do, right? My background, there was not much justice in it. And so I grew up to be very resilient, and I'm the person that says what is true, but not necessarily what someone wants to hear. Do we have any other slides that you want to see? Thank you. I was just going to ask. Yeah. Only Josh knows what's been seen and what hasn't. Yeah, right. What else you got there, Josh? Why don't you run through a couple real quick? and she'll tell us what we're looking at.
Oh, okay. This is one. Okay. Same area, different values. Okay. This is what's considered fair. Wait a minute. Fair and equal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They're all spread out. They're all 1,800 square feet. If they're in the same school district, that's kind of one layer.
Mm-hmm.
But they all have very different amounts. And the district is going to give you, if you know to ask, you immediately, when you file your notice of protest, ask for their evidence. And you're going to see properties from different areas. When you get your evidence from someone, and that's like our first level of paid service, is we don't just give you comps. We give you comps that are meant to rebut or refute what the district gives you and show the difference in what it really should be. And in this case, we are able to show the exact differences. It's usually price per square foot. And this is a factor that most people don't think about. They think about market value, but they don't really specifically bring evidence for fair and equal.
I'm looking at this. It's a large scale area town. This is all done through computers. So is there a possibility that maybe certain biases have been built into it? Like this neighborhood.
Oh, it's just random.
Oh, it's random.
Oh, it's just random.
Okay, so I'm just thinking like this house 450, that house 375. I wonder if it's like somebody's doing some.
It's just an example.
All right. Well, I'm just saying there's non-objective factors into the evaluation, like certain parts of town or certain schools that they would go to and that kind of thing. I wonder if that affects what these numbers are coming to. But you're saying pretty much just a random draw.
It can be.
Yeah.
But what the district will say and what you need to bring to refute that, it has to be strategized. And then to know what to say once they say. Okay, there's another one. Bring the other one up for the 3 houses just alike. Okay, all the same value, but you wouldn't pay the same amount.
Oh, no, the one on the left is much nicer. Yeah.
The one in the middle is okay.
It's okay.
Forget the one on the right.
Yeah.
Okay, but the middle would use that for exterior obsolescence. Being next to a fall down, tear out house affects that value tremendously. Are there any more slides that haven't been seen?
1 or 2 more, yeah.
Okay, because I've lost my whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, the big name companies, that mass appraisal thing, they know the district has a certain small percentage that they can go if you just bring a modicum of evidence. But you're leaving all kinds of money on the table because there's nothing personal, nothing custom about your property to them. Okay, so mass appraisal got us into the problem. Mass negotiation, you're going to get pennies on the dollar. But when we provide you with strategized comparables and rebuttal of what to say to the district, that's your best option. We do coaching, which provides you with giving you the exact things that you need for evidence. We take those things into account, and then I give you your argument that you can give yourself.
Now, when did these processes begin? You said July 2nd?
Oh, no, your last day to file your notice of protests.
Okay.
No, they're beginning now. And the really cool thing, because of Facebook, I've been contacted by people in Collin County, Kaufman County, Brazoria, and...
Well, I'm from Collin County, where I went to high school, I guess. I've lived in Burleson over half my life, but I know what's going on in Collin County, and their taxes are through the roof. I just saw a couple of my old buddies from high school a week ago for lunch, and they're just like bewildered at how much their taxes are.
And especially the higher priced property gives the opportunity for the way higher valuations.
They live in nice homes, but they're not in mansions, but they're paying like mansions.
But they're paying like mansions, absolutely.
Yeah.
But then we have the full representation. And for folks who, let's say, are extremely financially challenged, they will get the full service for free. They will pay nothing. And then people who can't quite afford the full price, but are not so financially challenged, we have the midway point.
Okay. Now you say that these have already been taken place, but the filing date is
July 2nd.
July 2nd. And so how long do these process, how many months will it go before they finally come to an end? Early fall?
It depends on how many people protest.
Okay, so they don't have like, okay, we're going to stop this process on September 15th or whatever.
No, guess what? Actually, we are supposed to be finished with 95% of the values of all the properties in Johnson County per the comptroller by July 25th. Since we are more than 30 days behind, and with my message getting out there and people sharing the message, oh my gosh, please share the message. Get educated, if nothing else. Okay, I don't need to try to represent every person out there. I want educated homeowners. If they want to protest for themselves, God bless you, go for it.
So you could do this by yourself. That's what until
But
recently.
you don't know how, though.
Yeah,
everybody just says just do it.
Yeah, right. And I wouldn't know the process. I would say, okay, I'm really upset by my evaluation. How do I do this? Well, I don't know. Do you know? No, I don't know. And so you just take it, and
Well, they'll say take evidence, but they don't understand the timing of those comparable sales. Okay, go ahead and bring photographic evidence. But if you don't bring detailed estimates, how does the ARB know how to value your deficits of your property? Okay, like I said, things that happen on the outside. You're not in a floodplain, but whenever we have a big, strong rain, if your neighbor's property floods over yours, take pictures of it when it's flooding.
My parents used to live in a house in Corsicana where that was a problem. And they had to do all sorts of re-landscaping, if you will. Had to get a hydrology engineer, basically, and all that. Because sometimes, we don't really think about what goes on our neighbor's property, how it affects ours as such. And so I would say one of the things I would take away from this is that needs to be addressed in some fashion. And my parents went to the city of Corsicana and they knocked heads with them, and then finally they sent that hydrologist out there, hydrology engineer, and did it. But it took more than one conversation, and that's probably what's going to happen here. So it basically, I think a lot of not municipal, but any government entity or any bureaucracy, I'm not just talking about public, I'm talking about private bureaucracies. They do the old rope-a-dope deal on you. I mean, don't get me started about my late father's pension. It took 8 months to get. And that's a story that I really can't share in the air without expletives. But
Josh, can you just bring up the Alliance so we can finish with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Once the Property Tax Justice Foundation is up, funded, and operational, this is the next. The Property Tax Justice Alliance, its mission is going to be to educate policymakers. They have no idea the ramifications of the rules, regulations, and laws they put into effect. They have no idea how the property tax system works. Oh, sorry, one more, the umbrella.
The umbrella?
The umbrella. Just remembered that.
I saw that one, yeah.
Here's our Central Appraisal District. Here it is in the center. These are 3 separate, independent, autonomous portions of one agency. Board of directors, like I said, hire and fire the chief appraiser, with his help set budget for everything they need to operate.
Yeah.
The appraisal review board, separate and autonomous. We're going to have a big problem this year because our new chair only wants to work 2 days a week. And if you don't know the answer to something, you usually go to the chair. Well, 2 days a week, you're not going to have anybody there. And then the Central Appraisal District, we have so much reliance on them for the operational details of the day. And the people who have helped us have been tremendous. We could not have done it without them because we're starting with no knowledge, no understanding, except in that vacuum. And then we rely on them.
Well, okay, you're about as best prepared, or well prepared, a guest I've had in a long time. You have your not just your information straight, but you got your presentation. I bet you've done this more than once.
No, this is the first presentation.
Really? Well, you do very good at that. Well, I'm going to do my English right. Yeah, you do very well at this, and so
I'm very passionate. I want to get it right. I want to get the message
we're going to definitely have you on again. Well, after the show is over, we'll try to figure out a time that I have a date open and you find the most opportune time. I do want to talk about the nonprofit events coming up, and then I'm going to let you finish this off. I want you to tell us all about it. So we have the Honey Tour this weekend with that's a big deal with Chamber of Commerce. It's brought to you by Sync Construction, which is owned by my friend Jeremy Bleeker. It's a big deal now. I think they told me at the last BNI meeting was at where Jeremy's at. They have twice as many participants as they've ever had. So that's really getting to be a big deal.
That's wonderful.
Well, yeah, Melissa and Candace do a really, really good job of promoting stuff like this.
I just saw them on one of your episodes.
Oh, yeah, don't they have a pair? They're lovely women and good people, and they do a great job. I saw them Tuesday night at one of the network at night things, and they're just fun hosts. Yeah. Also, they're going to have the carnival along with that as well. But that's something the city does. It's not chamber as such, but there you go. Also, golf. They have a big golf tournament on July 12th. That's a Friday at Hidden Creek. Money raisers about $600 for a team, $150 a person. They still got holes you can put your banner up, advertise, whatnot. It's their biggest fundraiser of the year, and it's a big deal. Actually, I've been acquainted with it, and they get a lot of participation, so it's a really a lot of fun. As far as stuff going on in the summer, stuff goes on all summer long, but in about 3 weeks, we're going to talk to my friend Jack Madsen about he and his Longhorn Regiment of Marines that are going to be raising money for a wheelchair. And I'm going to just I think I'm going to look at my schedule just off the top of my head, because sometimes I say, I got this coming, and I got my weeks mixed up because I'm getting old. Anyway, tomorrow, like I mentioned, I have Chris Fletcher on, and we'll talk about this, and we're going to talk about what's going on this weekend. Also, it's budget time. I mean, the summertime, it isn't just vacations for our council people. This is where they make the next year's plans. Also, on Memorial Day, I have my friend Sanford Mason on from the American Legion. That's appropriate for Memorial Day. And we're going to talk about not just that, but also the parks and wildlife work he does. And then next Tuesday, Alex Phillips finally sits down with us, and he's our economic development director here in town. So he's always got interesting stuff to talk about. And he keeps a secret pretty well. He won't tell us anything that isn't public knowledge, which is irritating. But anyway, so you tell us what we need to know. When I promote this later, what would you want to see as like a summation of this episode?
1 second. Josh, we got to put our tidal flood up there. The tidal wave.
This one?
Yeah. Okay, they can do that too.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We still got a couple of minutes left.
When one person protests their valuation, it's like a drop in the bucket on parched ground. I have a force multiplier concept of neighborhoods, especially homogeneous neighborhoods where they're all pretty similar. I want to bring, and I've got a couple presentations lined up with different HOAs where I'm going to show them the value of letting me protest for them together. And this way we can cause the data to move. It will make a tidal wave effect versus that drop in the bucket. I will be advertising whatever property tax workshops I do so that people can benefit from it.
That's your phone number right there.
Yes.
817-330-9477. Also at what's the KGJ at
Property Tax Justice Foundation. It's .com. Gee, that was my fault.
Oops.
That's okay.
There it is again. KGJ at
Thank
propertytaxjusticefoundation.com. Also on Facebook.
Just let us educate you so that if you're going to do it, you're doing it with the best way possible to have a positive effect and get as much money in your pocket and leave as little on the table as possible.
We haven't even talked about the existence of property taxes themselves. That's another show.
That's our vision to no longer be needed because property taxes have been eliminated.
Well, on our next show, let's talk about that because I know it's going to be probably the issue among, There's going to be others, but it'll be one of the biggest issues in the Texas state elections. You got that look on your face.
They're all going to say what they need to say. It's a bunch of baloney. I avoided politics for 65 years, and then I answered this stupid Facebook ad, and I wind up headfirst in a pool of politics.
I get it.
Do you think this needs to be in politics? Because this says it like it is.
Well,
And
isn't that what we need?
Politicians want you kissing their butt, and I don't. I'll kiss a baby's butt, and that's it.
You kneel only before the Lord, right?
I am a big woman with a big heart, and I do everything in a big way.
Well, I'll be interested in that conversation because I've had it with other people with the existence of property taxes, and the first question is about revenue and all this other stuff. But that's a topic for another time. I know that tomorrow the mayor and I will be talking about that because it's been the conversation point for the last 2 or 3 episodes he's been on. And because it's something he deals with.
It's the most important point. Like I said, other than your mortgage, it's probably the largest bill you pay.
Well, we definitely going to have you on again so we can talk about not just that, but also because I would bet that once this show gets out, you're going to hopefully get some traffic on your website or your Facebook page, and you may have more to talk about, I would imagine.
Oh, I'll always have more to talk about.
Thank you, Josh. You were very adept today. Isn't he good?
He's wonderful. Can you just throw up the timeline? I just realized we don't have to talk about it if you don't have time. Just take a look.
Take a look. Well, the thing about it, this will be not just on Facebook, on YouTube. So if they have a particular slide they want to focus on, they can always pause, right? And then so that's not a bad thing.
Concept to today, February to May.
Okay.
That's where this all has happened in just a short amount of time.
We could bring back some of this as well in your next appearance. And I look forward to that because I've learned a lot. I mean, because I'm used to talk about it from the decision maker's point of view, not the people that have to pay the taxes and such, even though I do pay taxes. Thank you, Josh.
Anytime.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you so much.
Today.
Oh, no. This is what the show's about. I
appreciate it.
When I started this, gosh, it'll be almost 7 years in a couple of months. I was just me talking about latest world events, me ranting, raving, and now this is much more productive. And I don't have to do as much work. And so, like I said, I got some pretty good guests coming up in the next month as well. So, thank you all, and we will see you tomorrow at 11 with Mayor Chris Fletcher.